And welcome to the Friday Night Sports Show. Report for Kaniva-Leeor and Edenhope-Apsley in the Horsham District Football League. And Peter Weir's report on the games from last week and this weekend. Peter Weir, we go to the big game for the Kaniva-Leeor boys at home. Their second home deck match, and Harrow Balmoral 16-15, 111 responded gallantly after they were really pasted up by Rapanyip the week before. They beat Kaniva-Leeor 9-13, 67. And gee, this is a slow start for the boys from Kaniva. They're struggling at the moment.
Yeah, they are. They're always going to be up against it because we knew Harrow were going to bounce back. And just for the Harrow team, James Stout, he's so reliable up forward. Every time you look at the results, you can guarantee he's going to kick his handful of goals. And obviously he did that to the Kaniva team as well. And Simon Close in the best for Harrow. He's one of the best players in the competition. And yeah, it must have been a slow start. I see Dylan Collis was named best on ground with 3 goals, and their big full forward Chris Byrne kicked 3 goals, but just wasn't enough on the day to get the win over a Harrow team on the bounce.
Yeah, and I tell you what, the boys from the blue and white of Harrow Balmoral beat the Kaniva-Leeor blue, white and a little bit of green from over at Kaniva. What about as we get to the final match of senior football? It was Jeparrit Rainbow at the home deck down there at Jeparrit, the home and birthplace of Robert Menzies, and it was a Menzies-like performance, 16-8, 104 to beat EdenhopeApsley 7-7, 49.
Yeah, very impressive win. You know, it was a pretty hot contest early, but then when the ball did settle and get to the outside, our boys showed a lot of composure, and a lot of that started with Nathan Cox off half-back. He really set up a lot of play after some good intercept marking, and then Jay Kirkwood had a day out again up forward, kicking 7 goals and led the way for the team.
Oh, he certainly did. Maslin was good. Inkster also with a couple of goals. Kirkwood, Cox, Maslin, Hunter in the better players in your senior side. Unfortunately for Edenhope-Apsley was just Vancini with a couple, and Domenschentz and Walker also booted 2. But Smith, Domenschentz and Vancini were the better players for the boys from the Saints. And their start to the season hasn't been quite what they would have liked for. And now we get to Peter Weir's Kaniva-Leeor and Edenhope-Apsley report for the games that they'll be playing this weekend. And Peter Weir, Kaniva-Leeor playing Natmac United. This game is going to be a beauty. Both teams are struggling at the start of the season and both need a win desperately to get their season on track. Can the boys at home at Kaniva get their first win in Horsham District football?
Oh, I think this is a real chance for them. They really need to start well. They've obviously been slow out of the blocks early, and against the Natmac team, they're the same. If they get a good start, they're very hard to stop. So whichever team starts the best there will give themselves every chance to win. And as I touched on earlier, the Natmac team is just struggling to kick a score without their main man Styles up there. So if Kaniva can give their forwards more chances than Natmac, I reckon they'll go very close to winning this game, and I think I'll tip them.
I reckon Brighton Collis for a couple of good scores for the Kaniva-Leeor team. Edenhope-Apsley getting Narajo Quantong. This is an absolute beauty down at Apsley. Oh, it's going to go right down to the wire. The Saints have got to bounce back from last week. Narajo Quantong just quietly going about their business, the Bomber boys.
Oh, they definitely are, and they're a really good team, and that's got to be a focus for Edenhope-Apsley. I think they'll be happy to play them on their smaller oval there at Apsley because a lot of it's going to come down to team defence, and they can't let Narajo Quantong control the ball and chip it around like they like to. And I think the Edenhope boys, you know, the last few seasons they have actually started a bit slow, and even though they've lost last week to us, I think they've got plenty to work with, and I think that should be the message from their coach, that there's plenty still there at the club, and I think if they can stick together and have a good season.
Yeah, Peter may not get a win this weekend, but it is going to be a very interesting Horsham District Football League season. Round 4 action in our report here for the Kaniva-Leeor and Edenhope-Apsley football clubs.